We are here on the streets of San Francisco. I'm here with Amanda.
Hi.
She's going to be in front of the camera today, and we're doing a shoot with a lens that I actually haven't shot portraits with yet, and that is the Tamron 70 to 180 2.8. I'm going to be shooting on the Sony A7IV. That's the camera body I'm going to be using. I'm going to be shooting the lens wide open at 2.8. I'm also going to be zooming in and out, hopefully using most of the zoom range. I'll be sharing my thoughts as well throughout the video, so hope you guys enjoy. Let's get into the shoot. Yeah, that's nice. I like that. Come and stand just next to this tree here. That's good. Yeah, that's fine. So this is more of a real world shoot test. I gotta say, this lens is really sharp wide open, as you'll see from these close-ups zoomed in here at 400%. So stopping down with this lens doesn't make a huge difference to sharpness, at least to my eyes. I'm happy to shoot it wide open for those buttery backgrounds, and honestly, if I want to show some more of the background, I'll simply go with a wider lens like a 35mm rather than stopping down on the 70 to 180. One more step forward. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, beautiful. Just want to frame with your head behind the door there. And the wind is doing its thing. It's cool. I've used multiple 70 to 200s in the past, and I will say that you do lose out a little bit on the long end with this telephoto only going to 180mm. I think this is definitely going to be a bigger issue for people who shoot sports, wildlife, or landscape who can't always move closer to their subject to get a tighter field of view. I do shoot some landscape, but for the most part, cropping in on my A7IV, given that it is 33 megapixels, helps to make up for the loss of range. With my portrait shoots, simply taking a few steps forward can get me the tighter view that I'm after. Oh, I love that, that's great. So I've been zooming in and out a little bit, but I've noticed that I've mainly been sticking to around 70mm. I think that's probably something to do with the fact that I shoot wide quite a lot, so I'm not used to standing super far back to get some shots, but I'm gonna try and shoot a few more at 180mm because I've heard that this lens is really sharp when it's zoomed all the way out. Oh yeah, that's cool. Yeah, just turn towards me, that's good. In this location, I'm really loving how the flowers are kind of framing Amanda as well, so. I really want to use this lens in the middle of the street here, so we're just waiting for the traffic to clear a little bit. Because of the 2.8 aperture, the background just blows out into nothing, and so this really long street will provide some leading lines, and I think it'll look really great. I was really happy with the responsiveness and accuracy of the autofocus with this lens. It caught Amanda's eye in almost every photo. There were a few that drifted to the background from time to time, but I've generally had this experience with some of my other E-mount lenses, even with the native Sony lenses like the 35 1.4 GM. But when it caught the eye, it was tack sharp on the eye, wasn't front focused or back focused at all. Do you want to walk towards me? The colors just work, I love it. It's so good. I really like how long this sidewalk is, so I'll get you to walk down a bit further. I'm going to zoom all the way in. I do use the viewfinder, I just don't usually use it with these kinds of videos, so you guys can see the screen and see what I'm doing and see how I'm composing the images. So I do use it from time to time. I also use the screen. It doesn't really matter. So some downsides of this lens for me are definitely the lack of a physical manual focus switch on the body, which I actually find really convenient. Yes, you can program a custom button, but it's nice to have that switch to match with my other Sony lenses. The build is definitely not as solid feeling as some of the other premium telephoto zooms on the market. I am of course referring to the Sony 70-200 G Master. However, I'm actually willing to live with this if it means it'll save my back in the long term with all of those hours of hiking that I do when I'm on trips. I am also not the biggest fan of the external zoom design where the barrel extends like this. It means that dust can get pulled into the lens a little more easily. I have had dust creep under the glass elements of other Tamron lenses with similar designs.
So I do have it on medium continuous. You'll notice that I am firing like bursts of photos, and that's just to make sure that I get the right moment when the wind's moving with Amanda's hair properly. Also, Amanda will tend to blink in some of the photos as well, which is totally normal. Also with the wind, like you just blink a lot more because your eyes dry up. So I'll try to shoot a lot more photos than actually what I need to, and then just delete them later when I get into the computer.
Overall, I'm really happy with the performance of this lens. If you are a Sony shooter and you want to get into a versatile telephoto zoom without spending G Master money, then this is definitely up there in terms of image quality, but especially if you're conscious of weight and size, I think this lens totally makes sense and there's not much else to compare it to.
So we just wrapped up the shoot. I want to say a massive thank you to Amanda for being in front of the camera, and also to Carlo for filming the behind the scenes. I'll leave all their links down in the description below. Also, let me know what you guys think of this lens. Is this a lens that you would shoot portraits with? Is this a lens that you would shoot other styles of photography with? Let me know, I'd be interested to hear from you guys. Remember to make a story worth telling, and we will see you guys in the next video.
Hey, yo.